Rikarock says one here. I'm probably going to get a lot of angry PlayStation fanboys for this video, but I don't care. This video is on why I prefer the Series X over the PlayStation 5. And if this also involved the digital variations of the systems, I would prefer the Series S over the digital-only PS5. For that reason, space-wise, it's easier to take the Series S with you on the go as opposed to the digital-only PS5. That thing is still the same size as the normal console with the disc drive. That's the advantage over the Series S over the PS5. Although the PS5 digital only has more storage, so there's some points for that. But when it comes to the consoles with the disc drives, this is where the Series S shines and the PS5 pretty much flops. Even though I'm going to get some comments saying, but PlayStation 5 got more sales than Xbox Series. True, but I'm still going to vote for Xbox for these reasons. Reason number one is space size. Look at the size of the Series X. I mean, sure, it's big, but the PlayStation 5, good luck trying to fit that anywhere. It's so tall. It may be skinny on the sides if you have it horizontally. But, again, it may be thinner than this, but you got the whole shell sticking out, and it's not really easy to put anywhere. So the Series X gets a point for that. Reason number two is storage on the console. Think about it. The Series X, you get 1 terabyte with 800 gigs of free storage. Meanwhile, on the PlayStation 5, you only get an 800 gigabyte SSD, and you only have 600 usable storage. Of course, some of you would say, but it's easier to get an SSD for the PS5 as opposed to getting the express card for the Xbox Series. True, but trying to get the programming, the right kind of SSD for your PS5 is not easy. In fact, a friend of mine actually and I tried using one of my SSDs for the PS5. It would not read it, so you'd have to get the right exact PS5 SSD for that. If you get the wrong kind, it's not going to work. So, at least you know with the Series X, the Express card, yes, they're pricey, but at least other companies are willing to step in and release more affordable options. Seagate is pretty much pricey, but Western Digital, yeah, looking at Western Digital seems like a good option. And affordable too. Who knows, maybe SanDisk and Samsung will make express cards for the Xbox Series. Hopefully they do, because I love using SanDisk and Samsung. I had great results with them. Nothing against Western Digital or Seagate. I've used their accessories too. But other than that, yeah. You get more storage out of the box with the Series X as opposed to the PS5, if you take consideration. Then we get to reason number 3, the controller. The Xbox Series controller feels better in the hands, in my opinion, as opposed to the DualSense controller. The buttons, I like how they're raised on this as opposed to the DualSense's flat buttons. The touchpad is a nice feature. Having a built-in microphone is also a nice feature for the DualSense. But everything else, also with certain games with the trigger sensitivity, that's also pretty neat. But there's additional vibration features, more rumble packs than this, which is also really nice. But other than that, I much prefer how the buttons feel on the Xbox Series controller. In fact, they're easy to use, the left and right bumpers. The triggers are also nice too. I much prefer the triggers on the Series X compared to the DualSense. It's easier to reach buttons all over the place. I really think this is a great controller. Probably one of my all-time favorite controllers. It's got an auxiliary connector. Yes, you can actually connect this through Bluetooth and have music playing out of your controller. That has been shown in a YouTube video. Expansion slot for the headset.
Another feature on the controller that this has, while unfortunately the DualSense does not have, is removable batteries. You are given 2 AA's, but what's neat is you can just swap for a rechargeable battery pack, and in case this degrades from time, it's easy to take out and pop in another rechargeable battery pack, or just stick some AA's in here and call it good. You don't have to take apart the controller to get access to the battery with this controller. That's something you have to do with the DualSense and the Switch Joy-Cons and Switch Pro. Kind of a hassle. But other than that, you wouldn't really want to be taking those apart. Even the DualShock 4 had that issue. In fact, a friend of mine actually broke his DualShock 4 controller. Another reason why I prefer the Series X as opposed to the PlayStation 5 is backwards compatibility. You won't be able to play PlayStation 1, 2, or 3 games on your PlayStation 5. Of course, a lot of you are going to write comments saying, but you can play PlayStation 4 games. Well, think about it. The Xbox Series X, you can play original Xbox, Xbox 360, and Xbox One games on your Series X. You can't play all PlayStation games on your PlayStation 5. So if you think the PlayStation 5 is better for that, no, you're wrong when it comes to backwards compatibility. Yes, when it comes to games for PlayStation 5, you can use PlayStation 4 controllers, but only for PlayStation 4 games. You can't use a DualShock 4 on a PlayStation 5 game, but you can use an Xbox One controller on an Xbox Series game. I actually tried it before off camera. I tried it with Forza 5, and it works really nicely. And not to mention, sure, I'm going to get some comments saying you can't use the Kinect on the series, but who uses Kinect these days? Not many people. Well, actually, I think that's a lie, because you could plug in an adapter on the USB ports and it will work. So I'd say try at your own risk. I don't have a Kinect. I don't think I'm going to get a Kinect. What would be the point of having that? I don't have any Kinect games. Also, another reason why I prefer the Series X and S over the PS5 digital and the actual PS5 is Game Pass. Game Pass is not just for the Xbox Series consoles. You could also use it on your PC. If you want to have 3 different plans, whether it be just for your Xbox or for your PC or both, you have that option here. PlayStation 5's package is, I think it was PlayStation Plus. You wouldn't be able to have much variety with that. It's just for PlayStation, and that's it. And I think it's a bit more pricey than Game Pass. So that's another point for Series X and S. And yes, I know about Sony's peripheral where you could use these Joy-Con grips for Apple devices. I don't think they're going to be compatible with Samsung devices or Android. So, and if Microsoft did make a device to play games on your phone, that would be another point for them, because it would work with Android and other stuff. That's just my guess. I don't know on that one, but those are my reasons why I prefer the Series X over the PlayStation 5. Don't get me wrong, the PlayStation 5 is a nice system. It's just Xbox does it better, in my opinion. So, there you have it. This is Breaker Rock 2001 saying, well, I'm going to end off this video and make another video on probably testing out all my original Xbox games, seeing which ones will work on the Series X. So, stay tuned for that. Till then, see you in the next video.